Right, boys, we are back. New season, start of season 4 of the special one. We are in Liga Portugal 2 now. Expectations to battle against, avoid relegation, so not much expected from us, but I am pretty excited that my very young side is going to cause a few surprises this year. We've already played 2 teams in our league in the Allianz Cup, smashed them both. One team actually won the league and then went down and then finished 4th last season in Chavez, so things are looking pretty good. We've got the start of the season today. We are playing Casapia. I'll show you the transfers. Nothing's really changed with tactics. We're sticking with the 4-2-4, and I'm also going to show you one player that I missed out on. I was gutted to miss out on him because he would have been the finishing piece, I think, in the squad. Alright guys, let's get into it. Smash a like on today's video for me, muchly appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. I'm hoping by the time this comes out, I'm 4 short of 5,000 subs. I'm hoping by the time this video comes out on Sunday morning, that I would have smashed 5,000 subs. So if you're one of those 5,000, thank you very much.
Of the bottle, I think I'm a special one.
Guys, so the start of season 4, we finished actually last season with a victory, and we got 101 points. So in the end, I was really chuffed with that. 7 defeats out of 46. Tactics video coming on this tactics soon, because it does seem to be working very, very well. Right, you want to go meet the players, don't you? We've had some changes. I brought in a lot of youngsters up from the under-19s, 3 or 4 that are going to have a bit of an impact. I've actually made one of them club captain as well. So, let's look at the transfers anyway. So, majority are young. The squad is looking very young. On the outs, Andre Franco, a player that we got in on free, never really did well, not well enough. We've gone for the 4-2-4. We're going for pace and stuff like that. We've got our youngsters, our wide players, so we had to let him go. Pace 11, he's not going to really cause enough problems out on them wings, especially when we counter. He's not got the pace. He's already valued at 120 grand. The board were happy that we'd sold him, but we'd got him on a free and we'd sold him for 65k. Frederick Mendy, absolute legend, just wasn't playing. He ended up scoring 14 goals for us last year, which was pretty bloody good, since he was pretty much a backup. Sorry, that was the first season in the league. Last season he only played 8 games, 1 goal, so time for him to move on. He wanted to leave. Happy to let him go. We got a little bit of cash for him. Another big one out, Roman Correa. We have strengthened in at centre-half. We've got someone who's probably just as good as him. He was kind of back up to Sene. He's gone to Darmstadt, though, or a big side. But I just thought with, he's only 6 foot, 12 heading, 13, 12 tackling, 12 concentration, 12, 13, 6 foot. He's a good of all-rounder, but yeah, he's not going to be like a top-tier defender. He wanted to leave as well. He was an happy amount of game time. So we got a decent amount of money. We are struggling money-wise. We're still hovering around sort of like £2 million worth of debt. So any money that we can get in and then spend elsewhere in wages and stuff would be good. And then we've let Pedrosa go. The board were really unhappy about this, but he's absolutely nowhere near. Remember, we're playing with 2 big, strong central midfielders. I had no room for him. We've also got Catano. We've still got Catano as well, who's someone who we can change if we wanted to play in an advanced playmaker or a deep line playmaker or something like that. So there was no need to have 2 of them in, and especially one as poor as Pedroso. And then out on the loans, Sapara, a player that we got in a couple of years ago, and yeah, he'd never featured. He was in our B last year. Can't sell him, but he's gone out on loan. They're paying sort of like 400 of his £475 a week, so that's pretty good. Hugo Neves, the youngster, we've kind of strengthened in wide areas. We've obviously playing more Pereira than him. He played a fair bit for us, 12, but he's only featured sort of like 18 times in the league games. Going into a harder league, he's probably going to feature less. I thought, right, if we want to get a little bit of a tune out of him, he needs to start playing some games. So I offered it out to any clubs that wanted to pay the majority of his wages and that he was going to be a regular. And Fremund have come up. Average youth facilities, which ain't bad. Average training facilities, which ain't bad. That's all better than us. They are in the 4th tier, but hopefully he can get some game times and make a bit of an impact. And another player that we've let go on loan to Fontinas, who are in the Tracker. Be interested to see how he does. Very, very good youth team player for us. Just, once again, I'll show you some players in a minute. We've got a very exciting Englishman who's come through our youth system, breaking into the first team. They made big impact. We've still got Rodrigo, we've got Terrero, we've got Duck, etc. So this competition for places out wide is tough. So we've let him go out on loan once again. He's only 17, but the idea is that he gets regular first team football for them. I've not offered him any wages. We're literally wanting to pick someone who would play him every week. I'm hoping they do that, and we'll see how he develops. All right, on the ins, we'll go with the loanee first. He was actually the last one to come through the door. Aziz Yakubu, big centre forward. Once again, he can go out on the left, so that's useful because we are playing with that inside forward if we want to change things around. But I'm playing him as number 2 pressing forwards up there with Duck. 6'2", 15 pace, 12 work rates, okay, finishing 13. I'm hoping that he's going to be a bit of a handful up there. Paying a lot, we're paying a lot of his wages, but our wage bill is still really small. We're still only spending in and around 26 of our 42. So we've got a lot of money free. I was hoping to bring him and another player that I'm going to show you in a sec. And that was really gutted to lose out. We've lost out on a couple to some other European clubs. There's a Vandenberg, is it Set Vandenberg, who's at Liverpool. I offered him an arm and a leg, 4,500, as much we could offer to get him across to be a centre-back, and he chose to go somewhere else. I think back in Holland it is Wall for like 2,700. So I think our reputation's just costing us a little bit and getting some players in the door. But I think over the season, I've got to be careful that I didn't even look again at the loan deal. I don't think there was a real need. I don't think there was actually a real need for us to play him in a certain position. So hopefully we're going to keep them happy by playing him every week. And then, here we go. So, I'll show you this one first. Joneric, available on a free transfer from Parambibia. I think I got that bang on that. He's done one season for them in 2022. We've just signed him as he's just turned 18. Technical's not great, but I've changed the wing-back right role slightly, which I'll show you, tactic-wise, I'll show you in a minute. We just want our right wing-backs to sort of like solid and defensively. Work rate 17, teamwork 20, physical's not bad. Look, he's on a free. If it don't work out, he's in our under-19s. We'll see how he gets on over the course of the season. 5-star potential, so it was a win-win, £110 a month. We've moved up a player from our under-19s as well, so he'll slot in there. I have made a variety of changes to the under-19s and B setup. All coaches now in, so that the system is looking a whole lot better. Another signing, another Brazilian, free transfer. A lot of clubs, including Porto, were after him. So I offered him, he wanted about 450 quid a week, and I've offered him an absolute shit ton. He was only going to be a breakthrough prospect. I put that up to impact sub. So because that's what he's going to be, he can play out on the left if need be. But pressing forward, pace 17, physical's very good. We just need to improve on his work rate for us, improve on his finishing. But I think 18 as an impact player for us is going to be very, very good. And as I said, Porto wanted him. We've got in More and I loan from Porto. I was keen not to make sure that I brought in. I know people have been saying get loans. We've still got Ducare. And we've still got Diaz, the left back. I'm really keen not to just rely on loanees. We want to promote our youth team players, get in players when we can. Obviously, Uwazic's one as well, Yakubu. So we've got 4 loanees. This guy is going to be in there, 6 foot, decent physicals, decent mentals. Technicals, okay, but remember, we just want them to work hard, be strong defensively in there. So he fits in with Wadja and Ramirez and Elton Martins, our youngster. So we've got 4 really good, strong central midfielders. Claudio Silva, back up for us. 14 heading, 14 marking, 14 tackling, 13 position. The only thing is strength and stamina aren't great. We are working on that with him. He is a backup. So he won't necessarily play much. There's only 18 teams in the league. We paid 2,800 quid for him. Once again, I've missed out on 2 centre-halves that I'd like to have got in. That Vandenberg and another one, an Argentinian, that we've missed out on. So there is manoeuvre to bring another one in, but I'm hoping with Dominic Revan, who has just been released by Aston Villa, ball playing centre half, 12 heading, 11 marking, 12 tackling, 6'4", physical's very good, mental's really good as well. He's made a very good start for us. I'm hoping, looking at the other teams and the other players around in the division, he's gonna be a key player. I think there doesn't seem to be a big jump from the third tier to the second tier in terms of quality. It'll all probably rely on what the B teams do. There's Porto B, Sporting B, and Benfica B this season to compete against. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on. I think he's going to be a top player for us, and that's it. That is it. Did we release some? I think we did. Maruco, Casemiro, Pinheiro, Sarara, Trequinho has retired as well. So we've had a change around now. Interestingly, some of the players that have actually come in, Mario Pacheco. I'm going to have to get the Portuguese guys. Let me know how I pronounce this, because I'm hoping he's going to be a big part of this series for us over the next couple of years. Physical's brilliant, mental's brilliant. He's come through our youth system. Basically, I wanted a backup for Jorge Silva because we lost Casemiro. There was nothing in terms of better than a lot of them were around the sort of like 11 and 12s for technicals and stuff, and wanted a lot of money. So I thought, right, I'm going to play Jorge Silva. We've only got 18 league games. Let's just play Mario Pacheco as our backup right back for the season, give him training with the first team, get him some opportunities as well when we can. And he's come in, he's scored in the last game, 1 assist. We're tucking him in defensively. We're working on his technicals as well in the training, so hopefully that'll pick up. And I've made him club captain because his leadership is 14, his teamwork is 16. So, and there wasn't really anyone else. There was Elton Martins as well, but we've gone for Thiago Pereira as the backup, as our goalkeeper. He's there, sort of like the vice captain, but yeah, he's our club captain this season. So we've got him. We've also got Elton Martins, defensive midfielder. I have given faces to everyone now, as you can see. Physical's coming on nicely. We still need to improve on his technicals, but backup midfielder, no problem. And then down here, we've obviously got Rodrigo Pereira. Remember, the club wants us to promote youth because obviously it saves money. Rodrigo Pereira will play a little bit again for us this season. But the big one has been Ollie Youngs. He's come through our youth system, so his mum and dad must be like expats that have moved across. He's just literally this week turned 18. We're playing him in a variety of positions. He's basically a good sub because he can play. He's scored us a couple of goals already. 2 appearances off the bench, scored 2 goals. 5'8", decent amount of pace, agility is good. His physicals are getting there. We're improving on his technicals as well. Another youth system player. So we're looking at sort of like 4 or 5 players that have come through the youth system now, heavily featuring in the squad, which is what we wanted. Pre-season wise, I'll show you the person that I've missed out on actually. We missed out on this guy, actually. Ali Don was really disappointed. Missed out on him. He would have been another tremendous addition for us. He was in Portugal, but then has gone back to France. Jabari was available on free, but we decided not to go with that. Where is he? Here he is. Laurent Tolja, Swiss player, released from Brighton. What I saw was work rate 12, only 21, first finishing 14, pace, strength, 16. So I'm absolutely gutted not to get him. We offered him, once again, over $4,000 a week. He chose to go to them. I think Amen's have probably gone down out of sort of like the top tier. They're in what, the Ligue 2 or whatever they call it in France. We're sort of like on our way up. Our reputation, I imagine, is nowhere near as good as theirs. So yeah, we're just missing out on a few at the moment, but we can't grumble just yet. And as pre-season has gone, we've played a few games. Lecce, Nacional, who were in the top division, is that right? Yeah, Ligue Nos. They finished 15th, or just avoided relegation. But obviously, a home 3-3 draw against them, and playing pretty well for the majority of it. I was a little bit worried that the tactic was a little bit hectic. We beat our B team 8-1, which is always only our B team, but you'll be amazed how many times people struggle against their Bs. Absolutely ran through them. And then this is where this weird Allianz Cup, it gave us first phase and then second phase. We've now been put in a group with Benfica, Famalicão, who narrowly avoided relegation. Remember, they've got Villas Boas in charge. They had to do a playoff to stay up. And Benfica, I think it's Boa Vista, and Boa Vista. So we have to finish top of the group to get through, but it's a few more games. We've only got 18. There's only 18 teams in our division, so there's going to be a little bit more room, especially to keep players happy. Cup games are maybe going to be important to us. But to get to the third round and get into the group stage, we had to play. We had to play 2 games, and first of all, we played these guys who finished 12th last year and 3rd the year before. Third place gets you into a playoff. Whoever finishes third bottom in the top tier, whoever finishes third from top in the second tier, playing basically a playoff to see who goes up, who stays down. And we absolutely smashed them. We smashed them 5-2. We then had to go to Chavez, who I explained at the start. First season in the game, they won the league. They then finished bottom of League NOS, which you can kind of expect, and then finished 4th last year. We won 3-0. Youngs, Pacheco, Ferraro, 3 teenage goal scorers on the score sheet. Absolutely buzzing about that. Match stats, 19 shots compared to their 2, and they'll be one of the favourites for the league this year. So the league did have us at 20-1 at the start. I think we've come in slightly. Come in at 16-1. There's Chavez at 4-1. So there's these teams like Farense. Why are these? Yeah, they've just been 3rd, 6th, and 3rd. So they've lost in the playoff 2 out of 3 seasons. So they're going to be decent. Obviously, we have no idea what Benfica, Porto, and Sporting are going to do. I'm not sure how it works. They can't get promoted. So do they finish 3rd? Does it then filter down? I imagine it does. And it gives teams... Yeah, so I imagine if one of those teams finish in, like, let's say 2nd, then 3rd place will go up, and then whoever's in 4th will move to 3rd. I think that's how it works. Once again, let me know down in the comments if you know how the second tier works with the Bees. They can't get promoted, so I imagine they just automatically move with the teams up. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this season. Tactics. We've kept 4-2-4. There was no one that was good enough, I thought, to play in this role. So we've gone with the 4-2-4. We've got it on attacking for now. It has been working very well. The only change that I've made is wing-back support. Personal, not personalised, positional-wise. We've got him sitting narrower. Just because he's not necessarily going to get around Ferrero. Ferrero's playing a wing on attack, so he can support in here. It does mean that if Diaz is pushing forward a little bit, which he does tend to, players are shuffling across, he'll just sit into these areas here. He'll help out the two-man midfield a little bit, and then when he's in possession of the ball, he's kind of picking it up in these areas rather than being stuck out wide. It stops the counter, I think, a little bit. It helps the centre halves out when Diaz is going on the overlap. He'll also help out in here a little bit because of where he ends up playing. We've moved the box-to-box midfielder over to this side, and then we've put the defensive midfielder, the ball-winning midfielder on defend. I've stuck him on this side because we've got Diaz going round, so I thought we need to maybe just balance the shape up a little bit. We did have box-to-box, and this side being a little bit, maybe not overpowered, but maybe a little bit overloaded in terms of attacking players, so we've just brought it back and got Ramirez, ball-winning midfielder, on that left-hand side. He's suspended today, so he can't play. Ndai is injured, which is unfortunate, 4 to 5 weeks. So it is going to have to be the youngster, Elton Martins, no problem at all. So there we go. That's probably our strongest lineup at the moment. Ollie Youngs is going to make a good impact. We've got Porto, Pereira. We've got players on the bench who can make tremendous impacts for us. Right, have a drink. Drakes. Right, let's get into today's game. I was a little bit worried budget-wise, but having a look at the other teams, I think we get by with our low budget because our squad isn't big. I think of other teams have got bigger squads and bigger sort of like B teams and under 19s, which cost them more money, where ours is very low. But interesting, I want to see after the game finishes, after the first game, it then shows you everybody's wage budget. So we'll have a little look at that at the end. Right, off we go, league. We've had 2 amazing results in the cup. I'm buzzing. Is Football Manager then going to turn around and kick me in there? you know what, just to bring me down a peg. Okay, first highlight of the game. Wadger's brought it down. Ferraro slips one into Duck. He's in. He could square it if he wanted to. He should have squared it, but it's Football Manager, isn't it, guys? And that doesn't normally happen. He could have just rolled in Yakubu there. Big chance, wasted. Right, Diaz. Clips one in the channel. We're not getting that. They're going to break on us. We do press high. We win it. Dukari's there. On loan again for us. We need to make his deal permanent in the summer. Aziz is in. Oh, it's a big effort. Flicked on by Duck. Yakubu should have scored. 2 chances we've had in this first half. It should be us in the lead. It's not. And they've cleared the corner. Disappointing. But we're playing well. We're on top. Right, Yakubu's picked it up. He's going for a run himself all the way through. Referee. What's he going to do? He's already been booked, Angelo. He's off. Second yellow. Pace, power. They couldn't cope with it. Right, we need to make this count then. Ducky's in. Ducky scores. Get in. I hate calling him Ducky because I imagine it's not Duck. It's maybe Duke. But our leading goal scorer from last year has put us in the lead. Good football again. Direct play. We don't mess about with it. We get the ball in the box when we can. Duck at the near post. 1-0. Well deserved. Keep going. And then with the players that we've got available on the bench, look, Ferraro's struggling as he intends to do physically wise on our right hand side. So around 60 minutes as we're going to do now. As a highlight looks to come in, we're going to put Youngs out there. Wadger's struggling a little bit. So once again, we've got Sosa. So I'm going to put Sosa in as well. He can do a job at left back for us and in midfield. So Gotta switches out to Ferreira. It's maybe his last opportunity to get on the score sheet today. He's done well. Tame effort, but dangerous. The teenager. Coming up into the last sort of like 10 minutes. We're still at 1-0. It's been a quiet second half, which is a little bit of a worry. I'm going to do one last change. We're going to bring on Jose Porto. We need to give him as much game time as we can. They're surely not going to get back in the game. Sosa, Dakare. No, we've done well. We've done really well there. Lovely football. Sagotta, he's lethal on his left foot. Ooh, whiskered past the post. Are they going to throw anything at us? Martins is now struggling with injury. Now I've done my 3 subs. Are they going to throw in anything at us for this last few minutes? Casapia, here they go. They've done nothing all game. He's in. Thiago saves it well, pushes it over the bar. Let's just put it on to positive. I have asked for a little bit more from him these last few minutes, and they've flicked one over the bar. 10 minutes to go. Another highlight coming. This is not what we wanted, guys. Especially against 10 men. Ribeiro, Barbosa. Get their possession. He has done. Ducky's going to pick it up. This could be a break for his lovely pop off to Youngs. Porto, no, keeper's got it. He's gone long. We're going to get it back. Possession straight into Ollie Youngs, the youngster. It's crossed, cleared, half cleared. We're going to pick the seconds again. We're keeping the ball. Diaz. Could do with just killing it though. I'd rather us go for the jugular. Youngs is there over the bar. Did score a header in the last game. Right, another highlight incoming. Martins, come on, let's get this second goal. Porto. That's nothing. Nope. We've got to be careful. Luckily, Leslie said, just him tucking in does help. He's not pushing up as much. Maybe if he was on attack and keeping his width, he would be in these positions and it would maybe have allowed them to get in. So he is helping us defensively, his possession and that. Just him tucking in a little bit, sitting narrower. Youngs has put Duck in, finish it. He's clipped it in. 2-0, assist for the young man Youngs. Duck's 3rd goal of the season already. He's 2nd in the league. We are starting the season very, very well. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think to the signings down below. I always like to have your opinions. You Portuguese guys, I think I've asked you a couple of questions on how to pronounce names. So once again, get in the comments. Make sure you like today's video. Thank you very much for watching. We've set ourselves up nicely. for what hopefully is going to be a really good season. There's maybe the opportunity to really kick on this season. And maybe the jump between the third tier and the second tier is not as great as what I thought. All right, guys. See you later.